Good morning, everybody. I would like to call to order the Code Enforcement Property Hearing Agenda for the City of West Palm Beach for August 21st, 2019. It is just after 9 o'clock, and my name is Keith Davis. I'm the Special Magistrate appointed by the City to preside over this morning's agenda. Before we begin, if you'll silence your cell phones or any other noise-making devices so they do not interrupt our proceedings, that will be greatly appreciated. If you're going to be speaking to me this morning about any of the matters on our agenda, you need to be placed under oath. If you fall into that category of person, if you'll please stand and raise your right hand, I will swear everybody in at this time. Thank you. Do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony this morning will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can have a seat. The city will be calling cases at first, I believe, in the order that folks signed up in the back. When your case is called, please come up to the podium to my right. The way we'll proceed with each case is that the city will present its evidence first. There may be documents and photographs. You'll have an opportunity to look at those. They'll be visible on the monitors here in the room. I'll be seeing the exact same thing that you're seeing. Once the city's witnesses have finished testifying, you'll have an opportunity to ask them any questions about the case that you may have. After that, it will then be your turn to tell me anything additional that you feel is relevant about your case. If you have additional documents or photographs that you want me to look at, that would be the time to show them to me. Once I've heard everything from everybody about the case, in all likelihood, I will enter an order this morning in some form or fashion. So that is how we will proceed. So why don't we get started, and let's call the first case.
First case number 12-3515 Broadway, CE 19070089, 3515 Broadway, number 12.
Good morning, Joe Petrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case in reference to an apartment complex that was issued a notice of violation via certified mail and posting on July 5th for broken concrete in the walkway, creating trip hazards, interior and exterior walls and roof in disrepair causing water intrusion, building in need of painting, trash and debris on the property, along with a broken large fountain in the courtyard, missing exterior lights and missing covers on those lights. An inoperable vehicle was parked in front of the apartment complex, missing address characters on most of the doors of the apartments, gates in disrepair, they were missing handles, and landscaping in need of restoration. The notice of violation gave 30 days to comply. After the notice of violation was issued, I was contacted by the respondent. We met at the property a few times, and we also spoke over the phone and discussed the violations and how to bring the property into compliance. Though some progress has been made, the property remains out of compliance with code sections 18103B and 18103C. The walls and roof and the door area around one of the apartments aren't weather tight. Water intrusion continues inside of at least one apartment. 18103J, though most of the structure was painted, the interior courtyard area was neglected and it wasn't painted.
So that's still in violation in
Yes,
the
sir.
city's,
Yes, sir, it
city's
is.
position? Okay.
18106A, most of the trash and debris have been removed, and the broken fountain has been turned into a planter, which is okay. However, there's broken concrete that was left, some broken parking stops in the front that remain, and there's also some dead palm fronds on the property. So that section, 18106A, is still out of compliance. 18-95A, most of the lights and covers have been installed. However, some lights and some covers still need installation and repair. 78-6, the address characters remain in violation. Some were put on, but some weren't. And regarding 94-44-6-2, the landscaping, the restoration has begun, but more sod and more landscape cleanup is needed. The property came into compliance with 18-100, safe egress. The concrete on the walkways have been repaired. 34-102A is in compliance. The inoperable vehicle has been removed. And 94-302-A-4, the gates have been repaired. There's handles on them now, and they function properly. The city is asking for compliance within 30 days, or a $200 day fine be assessed. This lady right here, she's the tenant of the property. She's not the respondent.
Okay.
The respondents did mention they would be out of town, and they're aware of what I'm going to be asking here today at the hearing.
All right, go ahead and tell me how we got notice for the case since they're not here.
It was, it was certified mail and posting on July 5th.
Did the green card come back, or did
Could you pull that up for me, please?
and did the city want to take testimony, or want to offer testimony from the tenant?
If the magistrate needs testimony regarding the water intrusion inside the property, she's here to testify to that. If it's not necessary, then I witness it myself.
I'm happy to hear from you, ma'am, if you want to tell me your name and address.
Laura Taylor. My address is 3515 Broadway, apartment 5.
Yes, ma'am.
As he has said that I had called because I've been dealing with this for months now. I had water intrusion in my apartment, leakage, water intrusion, damage, and
Just let me get you to speak into the microphone. So no,
apologize.
that's okay. Not a problem. I just want to make sure I want to hear everything that you have to say.
I've had, I guess, water intrusion, it's called, damage to my roof and, not roof, but my ceiling, I guess it is. I don't know how to say it, but damage to my ceiling. And I had some problems to water coming into my through my door.
Okay. Has that been fixed, or is it still happening?
No, actually, it's still happening, and there was some fixture to my ceiling, but now there's another leak that's in my ceiling now that's not fixed.
Okay. And that is part of the violation that you testified to, Mr. Petrick, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I witnessed that on Monday.
Okay. All right, I appreciate that information, ma'am. That's very helpful.
Thank you.
Anything else from the city?
No, just to address the service requirements. They were signed for on July 15th and posted on July 5th.
I saw that in
Okay.
the record, so I will make a finding of proper notice in this case with the certified mail and the posting, just to verify there's no one here on behalf of the respondent. Then based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property has complied with City Code Sections 18100, 34102A, and 94302A4, but remains in violation of all other code sections as cited in the notice of violation. I will agree with the city's recommendation. I'll allow an additional 30 days for compliance to be achieved. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed for each day the property remains in violation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Number 11, 430 32nd Street, CE 190700017. Number 11, 430 32nd Street.
Joe Petrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case in reference to a single-family residence that was issued a notice of violation via certified mail and posting on July 2nd for the windows that were boarded and removed without a permit, a stairway and porch in disrepair, trash and debris on the property. The exterior was in need of painting, and missing address characters to the back alleyway area of the property. The notice of violation gave the respondent 10 days to install address characters and to obtain a boarding certificate and address the issues with the windows, stairway, and porch repairs. 30 days to paint the structure and to clean the exterior of the property. After the notice of violation was issued, I was contacted by the respondent, who's present here today. We met at the property a few times and spoke on the phone on a few occasions to discuss ways to bring the property into compliance. The respondent has been very cooperative and has complied with sections 18-103F. The stairways and porch have been repaired. 18106G, the exterior has been painted. Building Code 105.1 and 18-265 for the boards on the windows, those are now in compliance. The property, however, still remains out of compliance with 18-100 for safe egress. There's broken concrete in the walkway leading to the building. And 18106A, though most of the trash and debris has been removed, we still have some piles that need to be addressed. The city is asking for compliance within 30 days or a $100 a day fine be assessed.
Were the numbering standards complied, or is that still outstanding?
They were complied.
That's complied
yes,
as
sir.
well. So the city's position is the only violations remaining are 18106A on the clean and sanitary and 18100 on the safe egress with the broken sidewalk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let me hear from the respondent. Yes, ma'am. Tell me your name and your address.
Good morning. Easter Aurora, like address where we live,
Yes, ma'am.
305 South Lakeside Court, West Palm Beach, Florida. I have nothing more to say except to commend the inspector about his professionalism and also his attention to details about the safety of the property. That's all.
The city's asking for an additional month,
And
30
I would
days.
like to ask for another 30 days, if possible.
30 more days.
30 more days.
And I have no problem giving you an additional 30 days.
Okay.
And I certainly appreciate your kind words. I know these guys usually don't get that from that side of the room. It's usually quite the opposite, so thank you for that. Then I will find proper notice in this case. The respondent is present. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18100 and 18106A, but has complied with all of the other code sections cited in the notice. I'll allow an additional 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's case number 13, 2600 Broadway, CE 190701559, 2600 Broadway.
Joe Petrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case is in reference to a commercial property that was issued a notice of violation via certified mail-in posting on July 10th for a gutter and downspout in disrepair, boarded broken windows, a stairway and fence in disrepair, weeds and unmaintained landscaping, string lights outside of business in the patio area, which are prohibited by code. The notice of violation gave the respondent 10 days to repair their stairs, remove the prohibited lighting, and to properly secure the trash on the property, and 30 days to repair the broken downspouts, restore the landscaping, and repair the wall and fence. The damage to the wall and the fence occurred due to a car crashing into it. It's on a main drag on Broadway there, and a car crashed into it a few months back. After the notice of violation was issued, I was contacted by the respondent, Harry Padula, who's president today. Mr. Padula has also been very cooperative and has been in contact with our office on several occasions since the notice of violation was issued. We've discussed ways to bring the property in compliance, and he's kept me updated on his progress. As of today, the property is in compliance with Section 18-105D. The downspouts and gutters have been repaired. 18-107-1, the trash is now being stored in compliance with City Code. And 94-402B, the prohibited string lights outside one of the businesses have been removed. The property remains out of compliance with 18105E. Even though the boards were removed from the windows, revealed that one of the windows are shattered. 18105F, the stairway leading up to one of the businesses where the gate is, the stairway, it now has a hole in it. So it was repaired once, maybe not repaired properly, maybe from water, but now there's a hole in the stairway that needs to be repaired. The landscape has needed some restoration. There's broken borders and mulch missing, and there's some weeds that have to be addressed. And although most of the repairs were made to the fence and wall, a section of fence is on order. Mr. Padula indicated it'll be fixed tomorrow.
Today.
Okay, soon. The the city's asking for compliance, give the respondent another 30 days to come into compliance, or a $100 a day fine be assessed.
All right, thank you. Let me hear from the respondent. Yes, sir, if you'll tell me your name and address, please.
My name is Harry Padula, and I live at 2775 Lake Drive, Riviera Beach, Florida.
Excuse me, Mr. Magistrate, could we have him re-sworn? We're not sure that he was sworn in.
Were you sworn in when I put everyone under oath?
Oh.
Let me go ahead and put you under oath, sir, okay? If you'll raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony this morning is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you very much. All right, you told me your name and your address. Why don't you tell me what's going on with the property?
Sorry?
Why don't you go ahead and tell me what's going on with the property?
Well, most of the stuff is done. The fence that got damaged when the car drove through it, we had a lot of problems trying to get it. It finally came in yesterday. They're supposed to be there this morning putting it up. So,
Okay, good.
and we got a little bit of mulch that Joe talked about yesterday that I'll take care of. And
So the city's suggesting that I give you an additional 30 days to finish everything up. Do you think you can get it done in that?
that's more than enough.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
No.
Anything else from the city?
Nothing further.
All right. In this case, I do find proper notice. Respondent is present. City had certified mail and posting. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18105E and F, 18106-1, and 94302A4, but has come into compliance with the remaining code sections cited in the notice of violation. I'll allow an additional 30 days for compliance with the outstanding violations. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Next case, number 17-1401 Village Boulevard, number 1417 CE 19050380, number 17-1401 Village Boulevard, 1417.
Good morning, Officer Levine, City of West Palm Beach Code. This property was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Certified mail was signed for on 5/22/2019. I am not sure if there's an active application in the system. The property is currently occupied. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day thereafter.
What was the daily fine the city's asking?
30 days or $200 a day
200,
thereafter.
thank you. All right. All right, yes, ma'am, let me hear from the respondent. Why don't you tell me your name and address, please?
Good morning. My name is Pilar Puente. The address is 5697 Saddle Trail Lane, Lake Worth, Florida.
Okay, so why don't you tell me what's going on with the rental license and the certificate of use?
This property is owned by an entity. We had two properties, I'm sorry, three. The other two properties, we did get the license. I have no idea what happened with this one. As a matter of fact, I never even knew there was a violation until we did a title search in the process of selling. And that's when thankfully, it was early enough to come in front of your magistrate and explain that I have every intention of getting the license
Okay.
right now.
You can get it taken care of in the next 30 days?
I'm going to cross over and do it right now.
Very good. All right, is there anything else you'd like to tell me, ma'am?
No, thank you so much.
Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right, then in this case, I do find proper notice with the certified mail. The respondent representative is present. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find that the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18162A and 2232A. I will allow an additional 30 days for the compliance to be achieved. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Case number 19-500 North Congress Avenue, CE 190700158, number 19-500 North Congress. It's Paul.
There he is.
Apologize, caught me off guard.
Well, you're good. Good morning.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On July 9th, the property at 500 North Congress was cited for unsanitary conditions, trash and debris, and landscape maintenance. Notice was hand-delivered on July 15th. Certified mail was sent July 10th. Certified mail was signed for July 16th. I have been in contact with the property manager. The property has since come into compliance, but it was not in compliance at the time of the compliance date. So with that being said, city's recommending a finding of fact on this property.
So tell me what the compliance deadline was in the notice, and then tell me when it came into compliance, please.
You would have to go back to the case. I can't pull it up. Go into the events. Reinspection. Reinspection. August 12th.
Came into compliance August 12th? And
It was not in compliance on August 12th.
August 12th was the deadline in the notice?
Correct.
All right, and when did it come into compliance?
It came into compliance at the time of the July 15th. No, I take that back. I apologize. It would have to be, no,
Can you pull up the notice of violation,
yeah,
please?
look, yeah, it's there.
Start there.
Because I was contacted by their contractor to put in a fence to combat the outdoor storage and the trash that's visible to the public. And I did visit the property on August. I did visit the property on August 15th. Once I was contacted by their contractor to determine the fence being up. The fence is indeed up, but due to the trash still being out on August 12th is why I'm asking for the finding of fact.
And I have no problem giving the finding of fact. I just need this, I was trying to read the notice of violation to see when the compliance deadline was, and then,
It was the August 12th. But I did
right.
visit the property after the August 12th date to confirm the fence being up.
so the 12th was the deadline, and the 13th, it
It was still out of compliance
trash
on the
was still,
13th.
okay, got it.
But once again, I did visit the property on the 15th as well.
Okay, let me hear from the respondent. Good morning. If you
Good
can tell me
morning.
your name and address, please.
My name is Fowler, and it's 500 North Congress Avenue. And I believe that it was required that we did an enclose to cover the trash, and that was done prior to the 12th, because we knew that we had a deadline on the 12th.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any, I don't think anybody's saying that that didn't happen. I think Mr. McFarland's testimony is that, well, your testimony is that the trash and litter around the dumpster area was still,
There on August 12th. But on August 15th, they installed the enclosure and it was all cleaned up. So she did come into compliance, she just didn't come into compliance on a timely fashion.
right, so on.
And I did go in and talk to her and explain that to her.
Okay. So on close of business, August 12th, there was still a violation on the property.
Correct,
But by August 15th, it had been taken care of.
correct.
Okay, that's what the city is telling me, ma'am. So are you disagreeing with that, or?
I am, because I knew that it had to be done by the 12th, so we made sure that the enclosure was done by then.
Okay.
And also, I know that permits have been pulled to repair the gate for the dumpster area, which is another issue.
Okay.
what would you need from me, I guess, to prove otherwise? I have pictures of the enclosure, but I don't know that it has dates on it.
So I have a photograph in the record, and it's on the screen right now, dated August 12th, that shows that the property is clearly still in violation. So I would need to,
And I did speak with her on August 12th, let her know it was still there. And I told her what would happen if it wasn't. If she did come, when we spoke, I asked her if she did get the enclosure done by the set date she said it was going to be there. I said I still would have to ask for a finding of fact because it was not complied in a timely fashion. I explained this to her.
so to answer your question, what I would need is to see some evidence that on August 12th, by the end of the day, all of that had been taken care of.
Okay.
But short of that, I am inclined to make a finding that the property is now in compliance, but did not comply in the time required by the notice of violation. So let me just ask you, is there anything else that you have to show me or would like to tell me?
Like I said, I just have pictures of the enclosure, but it doesn't, I don't think it has the date.
Okay. All right, anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right. Well, first of all, I do find proper notice in this case. Respondent is present. The city had proper service with hand delivery and certified mail in this case. Based on the evidence, I will find that the property is now in compliance with all cited violations, but that as of August 12th was the compliance deadline, and then based on the evidence that I've been provided with, property remained in violation on August 12th. So I will make that finding a fact, but there's no additional no penalty, no fines assessed or anything. So I will sign that order. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 35, 3811 Pinewood Ave, CE 19070126. Number 35, 3811 Pinewood Avenue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property at 3811 Pinewood Ave was cited on 7/9/19. Notice of violation was posted in City Hall on 7/9/19. Certified mail was also sent on 7/10/19. Property was cited for unpaved parking, inoperable vehicle, outdoor storage, paint, overgrowth, sod. As of yesterday, the property was still not in compliance. The city is asking for 30 days and $100 until compliance is achieved.
Okay. Let me go ahead and hear from the respondent while the pictures are scrolling through. Yes, sir, why don't you tell me your name and address, please?
Ken Witt.
What would, and do you reside at the address of the property in question? What is your address?
3811 Pinewood.
Thank you, sir. What would you like to tell me about the property?
I've gotten it improved. I rented it with the understanding that the tenant was going to maintain it because I gave him a real low rent trying to have affordable housing. And we've made improvements. And I'd like to show you the pictures I took yesterday. Can I approach?
Why don't you show them to the code enforcement officer, and then I'll take a look, see if the city has any objection to the photographs.
They're actually the same pictures that I have.
Okay. So, I understand you've told me you've made some progress. The photographs that we're looking at and the testimony from the city's code officer indicates there's still more work to do. The city is suggesting that you have an additional 30 days to complete correcting the violations.
Can I get more time? Maybe 60 days? I do the work myself, and I'm 80 years old, and I work steady, and I work long hours, but it takes a while.
Does the city have any objection to allowing 60 days for compliance in this case?
No, that's fine.
Nor do I, sir. I'm happy to give you the 60 days that you're asking for. But you
right,
need to get
thank
the
you.
work done within that time frame, or there are going to be fines assessed, okay?
Okay,
All right, and is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
thank you.
All right, thank you very much. In this case, I will find proper notice. The respondent was present. You had proper posting and certified mail. I will allow an additional 60 days for the property to be brought into compliance with City Code Sections 106B and G, 34102A, 94482A, and 9471C, all of which still remain in violation. After the 60 days, if compliance has not been achieved, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Number 50, 1200 North Sapadilla Ave, CE 19050606.
50?
Yes.
Got it.
Cassandra St. Hilaire, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of West Palm Beach. This property was cited on May 31st, and certified mail was signed for on June 5th. This property was cited for 1803J, 1816A, 3412A, 74-483, 94485B1, and 9485G. I've had contact with the owner. The property has complied with all the violations, with the exceptions of 94485B1E and 9445G. At this time, the city is asking for additional 60 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Did you say 60?
Yes.
So it's the parking lot is all
Yeah.
that's left?
Yeah, just in permitting, just making sure everything is, is signed off on.
Okay. All right, let me hear from the respondent. Yes, sir.
No, no objections. I do have a copy of the check.
Let me get your name and
I'm
address.
sorry. Robert Berg for Gordon Anderson Investments.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I have a copy of the contract for paving, a copy of the check that the contractors cashed, and a development services printout from eGov Plus stating that it had a plan review. And so there was just some comments. Those have been addressed, and now it's just kind of an administrative issue, just waiting for the permit to be issued and the work to be done.
From your side of the equation, do you think 60 days you'll be able to get it done within?
That's
2
based on
months.
the comments in eGov Plus, the plan review was resubmitted and it addressed the comments. And usually that's a positive, positive outcome, so that the permit should be issued any day now.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
Nope, thank you.
Anything else from the city?
No.
All right, I will find proper notice in this case with the certified mail, and the respondent's representative is also present. Based on the testimony and evidence, I'll find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 94485B1E and also 94485G, but has complied with all other code sections that were cited in the notice. I'll allow an additional 60 days for compliance to be achieved. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed. The only thing I would suggest, sir, is as long as you're proceeding in good faith, if you're getting close to that 60-day deadline and it looks like you're going to cross over it, just stay in touch with the city.
Okay.
Assuming, again, good faith progress and something happens beyond your control, I would be happy to entertain a request for an additional time if it's necessary.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Number 68, 3901 36th Court, D103, CE 1907034. 3901 36th Court, D103.
I'm sorry. Good morning. Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. 3901 36th Court, Unit D103 was cited on 7/19/19. City Hall, and the property was posted on 7/22/19, and certified mail was sent on 7/23/19. The property was cited for 18-102-3, 18-103C, 18-103E, 18-103G, and 18-97-1. I've had contact with the property owner. As of yesterday, the property still hasn't come into compliance. I've actually spoken to the tenant. The city is asking for an additional 30 days or $150 per day until compliance is achieved. Excuse me.
Am I supposed to respond now?
Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm not
Okay,
ignoring, I'm
sorry.
sorry, I'm looking at the pictures as they're scrolling through. But yeah, let me go ahead and tell me your name and address,
Hi,
sir.
my name is Saul Ganuth. I'm the property manager for 3901 36th Court. Did I hear you, Natalie? Did you say you were there yesterday?
No, I actually spoke to the tenant yesterday.
Pardon?
I spoke to LaToya, the tenant.
Okay. Yes.
I did call her a few times to try to gain access to the unit, but she's been at work, so I spoke to her yesterday.
Right. There have been issues with this unit. We did take care of every issue that was brought up over there. It's all been addressed. In fact, I wasn't at the site yesterday, but my maintenance man went through it at my request. He confirmed that everything had been done. We actually have a new inspection coming up within the next week or so on a number of units, including that one, I believe, in which case Ms. Clark confirmed that. I will accept the 30 days, although I don't think we'll need it, but I just want to say that all those issues have been addressed and been complied with.
All right, so the 30 days should be more than enough time.
It should be more than enough time, exactly.
I'm certainly going to give
Yes.
you that. I don't want to cut it short.
Unless, the only thing I'd like to point out,
Yes.
and it's not the first case, and I think Ms. Clark is aware of it, we've had this conversation with regards to another unit. This particular tenant is behind on the rent, and what some tenants do when they're behind on the rent is they make sure that there are issues that they can bring up and say, well, I'm not paying my rent because of such and such, some of which are deliberately imposed, some of which we don't get access to in order to repair.
Sure.
And I just wanted to bring that up, that this is, I believe, such a case.
Understood.
Though we have repaired it.
All right, well, I appreciate that, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
No?
All right, all right. Anything else from the city?
No, that's it.
Okay, I do find proper notice. The respondent is present. You also had posting and certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18102-3, 18103C E and G, and 1897-1. It sounds like, based on the testimony, that compliance may already be achieved but needs to be re-inspected, but regardless, we'll allow an additional 30 days. And thereafter, though, daily fines of $150 per day will be assessed if compliance is not achieved within those 30 days.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Have a good day.
It's case number 25-313 Clematis Street, CE 190700146, number 25-313 Clematis Street.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 313 Clematis Street was cited on 7/9/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/10/19. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted on 7/11/19. Let's see here. Property was cited for 18103B, repairing of the roof and the walls, exterior walls. It was also cited for 18103 external doors and windows, disrepair. 18103I, equipment maintenance as it relates to an awning that's in disrepair on the second level. 18105J, painting of the structure. And 18265, a boarding certificate would have been necessary with the broken window. As of last evening, the following sections have complied: 18103E and 18265. Have had contact with the property manager who's here today. He and I spoke on last evening. The city would be amenable to giving the respondent 60 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
All right, thank you. Let me go ahead and hear from the respondent. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Alberto Urechiga. Excuse me.
Let me get your name and address.
Alberto
first.
Urechiga, 313 Clematis.
Thank you, sir.
I'm asking for 90 days. We were trying to comply with the last two sections, and we were stopped because we didn't know we had to get a permit for the sidewalk to work on the building. So considering that the permit might take 2-3 weeks, I'm asking for 90 days just to make sure there's no problems.
All right. Does the city have any objection to the request for 90 days as opposed to the 60 that were originally requested?
No, that's fine. In light of the fact they did fix the one violation where there was a broken window that was a real big hazard. So there's nothing there that's a health safety issue. It's just maintenance.
Very good, and I have no objection to that either. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
No, thank you.
All right. Then I do find proper notice in this case. Respondent is present, and the city has proper certified mail and posting on file. I will find, based on the testimony and evidence, that the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18103B and I and 18105J, but has complied with the other two code sections cited in the notice. I'll allow an additional 90 days for compliance to be achieved. With the outstanding violations thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's case number 39-640 38th Street, CE 190800059, number 39-640 38th Street.
Good morning, go ahead.
Good morning, Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. Property at 640 38th Street was cited on 8/6/19. Notice of violation was posted in City Hall at 8/6/19. Certified mail was sent on 8/7/19. Property was cited for unpaved parking, trash can placement, and safe egress. I did make contact with the homeowner, and as of yesterday, property was still not in compliance. City is requesting additional 30 days to come into compliance, and there are $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Is the egress issue the shutters on the windows?
Over the windows,
All
yes.
right. All right. And the parking violation is?
The on-paved parking. Truck is in the driveway on the dirt.
All right, let me hear from the respondent. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Magistrate. Yeah, I just have a ton of cases, and I missed this one for today.
Let me get your name and address.
Christopher Isaiah, 5121 Laird Lane, Jupiter, Florida, 33458.
Okay.
This is a tenant-occupied property. I have no problem with the 30 days on everything but the parking. It's not my truck. I've given a 7-day notice yesterday. That's a 7-day notice of not complying with the law. Statutes say after 7 days, then it can commence a eviction complaint. Right. And after I have a judgment for the eviction, to have the right to remove the personal property from the property, the real property, that's the only time then I could legally move the car off the property. So I would ask for 30 days for the shutters and for the trash can, no problem, even less, it'll be done today. We just didn't know. But I can't legally move that truck until I get that eviction. And furthermore, I just was talking to my wife a few seconds ago, the key to that truck is missing. The tenant that was there left. So we're gonna have to probably go through a legal process to get that truck removed.
So you're suggesting 30 days is sufficient for the garbage can placement and the window shutter issue, but you're asking for additional time on the truck?
Correct.
All right. Do you think you can get that done in 60 days?
75 days. I don't know if you practice real estate law, but they have to file the complaint. If they file any response
yeah,
whatsoever,
I don't practice it, but I understand the process.
Yeah,
so I understand
the point
this.
is that they file a response, and it's up to the judge's whim. We usually around 45 or 50 days, usually for evictions. If they give me permission to haul that thing out, I'll have it done in a few days. But unless I have permission to move it to the street, I don't have the power to do that. The other two things, of course, we'll do within today or tomorrow. I have no problem with that.
So assuming the other violations get corrected, say within the next week, does the city have any objection to a 90-day time frame on the vehicle?
90 days, huh?
Well, that's my number. I'm asking.
I'm good. I'm happy, good faith, to show you what I'm doing. I mean, I'll show you the 7-day notice we gave yesterday. I have 8 or 9 days before I can file the complaint.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
When they get that eviction complaint, I suspect they're going to say, we'll figure out a way to move this because they don't want to be evicted.
What was the daily fine the city was seeking in this case?
$100.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
No, Your Honor. I just apologize for not having taken care of this sooner.
All right, then I will find proper notice in this case. Respondent is present, and the city has the appropriate posting and certified mail documents in the file. Based on the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18100, 7434A1J, and 94482A. I'm going to require compliance with 18100 and 7434A1J in 7 days. That's the window shutters and the garbage can placement. But then I will allow the 90 days on the 94482A. But I'm also going to, if those deadlines aren't met, I'm going to impose a daily fine of $200 per day. So I really want to make sure that gets done in the 90. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to call your cases and I'll give them to you. Number 76, 5113 Pinewood, CE 19070313.
I misunderstood what you're saying.
5113 Pinewood.
Yep.
Robert Watkins, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property was cited July 16th. Certified mail was sent July 17th. Certified mail was received July 18th. City Hall was posted on August the 13th. Property was cited for 18103-B, 18-106-M, 94-442-C-1, 94-482-A, and 94-71-C. Compliant violations, 94-482-A, 94-442-C-1, 18-103B, and 18-106M. Remaining violations are the 94-71C. The city's requesting 15 days or $100 per day after.
And what is the outdoors? Is it the pictures
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
looking at now?
Probably in the updated pictures that are in there, but there's outdoor storage that is just to the south of the front door, after those probably pass by.
All right, yes, sir. For the record, go ahead and tell me.
Just confirming, it's the storage on the left front door?
Yep, right there.
I have
You
no-
can see it in that picture if you look right up there. See all the stuff that is out behind the chairs.
No comments.
Yeah, let me get your name and address.
Christopher H. Saya, 5121 Laird Lane, Jupiter, Florida, 33458. I agree with the statements made by the code enforcement officer.
Then again, and so in this case, I will find proper notice. Respondent is present, and the city has posted and certified mail proper notice documents. Based on the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 9471C, but has complied with all other sections cited in the notice. Allow an additional 15 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Number 79, 6001 Pinewood, CE 1907037.
Oh,
You have that one?
we have one more, right? 5205 Pinewood? That's the address characters we forgot?
Yeah, but
What's the question?
I think we have one more case.
5205 Pinewood?
5205 Pinewood? Yeah,
Right.
just called it.
5205.
Number 78, 5205 Pinewood.
City of West Palm Beach, Code Compliance Officer Robert Watkins. This property was cited July 18th. Certified mail was sent July 19th. Certified mail was received. City Hall was posted August the 13th. Property was cited for 18-100, 78-6, 94-442-C-1. Compliant violations, 94-442-C-1 and 18-100. Remaining violations, 78-6 address characters. City requesting 10 days or $100 a day afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Just missed the one point. We took care of all the other compliance, as you can hear. No problem, we'll have it up today.
All right,
10
and for
days
the
is fine.
record-
Christopher H. Saya, 5121 Laird Lane, Jupiter, Florida, 33458. I acknowledge receipt of the certified mail, and I agree with the code enforcement
I
statements.
appreciate that. Thank you very much. Then I do, again, find proper notice with the respondent being present and the certified mail and posting in the file. Based on the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 78-6, but has complied with the other violations that were cited in the notice. Allow an additional 10 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved. Okay, thank you very much. Back to 79 now, or was that
49.
wherever you want to go?
Next case, number 49, 819 6th Street, CE 190500589.
Yeah. 49. Okay, got it.
Cassandra St. Hilaire, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of West Palm. This property was cited on May 30th of 2019. Certified mail was signed for on May 31st. In addition, the property and City Hall were posted June 6th. The property was cited for 1813B, 1813E, 1813J, 1816A, and 74-4A3. I've had no contact with the owner. At this time, the city is asking for an additional 90 days or $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
Is it both buildings, the
Yes.
gray one and the
The gray and the orange.
or
one,
red,
yes.
whatever? Okay. All right, let me hear from the respondent. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I purchased this.
Get your name and address.
This is 6239 Shadow Tree Lane, Florida. Oh, actually, it's under Perfect Instruments. Lakewood 33463.
And you are associated with Perfect Instruments
Yeah,
LLC?
I'm the owner, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I purchased this house at, I think it was March, sometime in March. I never really talked with her. I think the officer we were talking was Joe something, you know?
I don't know.
You don't know? Let me get up.
She did have contact with John Frasca, but she never reached out to.
With who?
Officer John Frasca.
Oh.
That's not true, okay? Let me bring up the whatever it is, because I do, we have a submit a plan on April 2nd to John Fresca.
Yes.
Okay, so, and I think he said the plan is not accepted, so he gave me like a additional notes, and I think I submitted again in June 5th. And he said not accept again, and this time don't have any explanation. So after that, I just go ahead, stand with my plan. We install the meter, we get a permit for the electrical meter and the panel, and we get the inspection one in May 8th, and we failed because they want us to put a smoke alarm. So we did, and we have another inspection in June 8th. Electrical is okay, that's according to the inspector, but since the condition of the house, so they refuse to release the power. And I update this with Joe maybe, on June 28, 20 or 26. And I think he emailed the inspector to June 28, yeah. So he aware of the situation because we were supposed to have the power and start working on, but right now they refuse to release the power until we get everything fixed. So it's like, you know, what we're going to do. So I told him I'm going to reconsider my option at this point, including I'm trying to looking for somebody to buy it. And so far I haven't found somebody willing to pay what I pay. And another, I did talk with my contractor. So we're going to, if I can't find anybody, so we're going to start working on it. But house like this scale, it takes time. I don't think 3 months is going to get us anywhere. You know, it's the exterior, interior, plumbing, you know. We do have electrical already going on, but, you know, so there's no communication, there's nothing. They just start putting these fines on. That's not fair. I'm just saying, you know, we are working on that. We are communicate, not with you, with somebody else. So, you know.
Let me ask the city, have any building permits been applied for in terms of, I'm not talking about the electrical or I'm talking about structural. I mean, clearly these buildings are in
No,
dangerous condition, and it just appears with the holes in the walls and the holes in the roof.
there hasn't been any building permits for those kind of work. The only thing I've seen recently was that she did put in a permit for an inspection. That's about it.
Do we even know if a building permit would be issued to, or in other words, are these savable buildings?
I mean, if she's trying to fix up the property, I don't see why, but I believe it is historical as well, so she would have to go through that too.
Okay, so that's another.
But again, nothing has been submitted.
Well, I guess my question is, you know, 90 days a reasonable amount of time to get these violations complied, especially if this is an historic district and
I'm not opposed to more time.
yeah, but I don't want to just throw some big number out there and have nothing happen. I'm you know, what would a reasonable progression be in terms of what would, you know, step one is talk to, I don't know, the historic district people, and then step two is I'd like to have some benchmarks that are reasonable to meet. I don't want to just say 6 months and it's all done.
Well, I know she has been in contact, like I said, with Officer Frasca, and she's also been in contact with some of the building inspectors, and they've kind of been telling her what needs to be done in order to bring this property back into compliance. Now, I think, and at this point, it's on her to start doing the work and submitting the proper paperwork so we can move forward. I don't think the city's opposed to, you know, working with her, but we just need, you know, for you to submit the proper paperwork.
So let's do this. I mean, clearly the property's in violation. I have no problem making a finding of violation.
Yeah.
Or that there was proper notice. But can we, what I would like to see, ma'am, is some, good faith forward progress on your part.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, I do.
and-
Hold 1 second. I did talk with the lady in the historical district. Yes, she told me the windows, the siding, what we need to do, the roof and the fence. I did talk with her. I had the idea, what's the requirement. So we did communication. We're all communication with that, but if I can't find a buyer, I'm going to put a permit for the siding first, So we are working towards it. I'm just saying, we took a break because we took a hit with the electrical. It won't release the power. We was consider our option at that time.
Okay, so how about this? I have an agenda that I'm covering on October 16th. My inclination is to, like I said, make a finding of violation on all the outstanding code sections, but then set this for a status hearing on October 16th, see what you're able to accomplish between now and then, and that will give me personal guidance on whether to continue to give you more time or what I want to see between now and then is some serious effort on your part to move this forward. And if I see that, I'm willing to continue to give you more time, but I don't want to just, I want to keep an eye on it. So
Can we, I was gonna say, hold on real quick. Can we make the order that and within the 90 days that she actually has to submit permits?
Well, that's why I was asking,
Okay.
what would be the next, what would be the next benchmark?
She needs to start submitting permits showing what her intentions are with the
permit
property and
for what,
also.
a building permit?
Yeah, and
to do-
also, she has a chronic nuisance case with him as well. If he wants to.
If I may, Officer Frasca, given that in the condition of the property, it would always be my first suggestion to talk to a licensed general contractor and a structural engineer, because that's what both of those buildings need. And that would be the first step into assuring that the city, that the owner is heading in the right direction. Because if you say, oh, I'm going to get someone to do the siding, it would be valueless to do the siding if it's structurally unsound,
Clearly.
and then the work would be stopped. So if I was a building inspector that would go in and look at the property and say, well, wait, we have to stop the work because it's outside the scope of what the permit is. So those are the first two things that are really important, is to speak to a structural engineer and a general contractor.
And so, in your experience, is a 60-day window enough time to find those professionals, speak to them, get them to inspect the property, and come back here and tell us what they found?
I don't think so, no, Magistrate. But that's the key, though, that the owner would have to, of her own volition, actually speak to those professionals, because if they don't, then you don't know where
Just a second.
You don't know where you stand with that, and then how long the project will take to complete.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I did talk with my contractor, and I talked with a couple of people, and one of them does suggesting demolish at least the back house. They said it's probably cost you much more money to fix it than it's worth it.
If this is an historic, is demolition an option if it's historic? I don't know what the city's rules are in terms of that sort
They
of
would
thing.
have to prove that it's demolition worthy and then make an application, and that would go through a structural engineer and historic approval. The scope of this work would require a full set of permits with plans. It can't be piecemeal together because it's a step process. So in this case, you could talk to a general contractor, but they don't have within their license the scope to say it's structurally sound or not sound. That's why you have to
engineering.
have a structural engineer.
Do you understand what the city is saying, ma'am, in terms of the contractor would be the person who would actually do the work, but you need an engineering
Yeah, I
professional?
understand, but you're the contractor and the structural engineer, they work together. So, so it's not like a separate, I could bring a structure, but siding doesn't really need So if we're talking about demolition, but they always together. It's not like a permit by a structure engineer. We will provide the plan if you do, but they always work together. I never really just talk to, structure engineers. It's always a contractor because they talk the same language. I don't even understand what they're talking about sometimes.
So here's what I would like to see. So if we come back on October 16th, I'd like you to have some information from your engineer that tells us that they've gone out and looked at this and what they think needs to be done, either to fix it or if it can't be fixed, that it has to be torn down. Can you get that information from your engineer and at least come back in 2 months with the information?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, then that's what we're going to do in this case. I am going to make, as I said, a finding of proper notice. The respondent is present, and the city has the appropriate certified mail and posting documents in the file. Very clearly, the property remains in violation of all the code sections cited in the notice of violation. I'm going to set this for a status hearing on October 16th, at which time the respondent will come back with a report from her structural engineer on what needs to be done to bring this into compliance one way or the other. All right, do you have any questions on what I'm asking for, ma'am?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, from the side of the city? All right, then I will sign that order. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody working with me on that one.
Thank you.
And I will obviously reserve on the issue of daily fines. I'm not setting a compliance deadline yet, but that may happen at the October 16th hearing, depending on what we learn.
Okay, that's all we have signed in. Is anyone else here for a case?
All right, does anybody need a recess, or do you want to keep pushing through? Good? Good? All right, let's push on.
Number 1804 19th Street, CE 19060531.
John Frasca, West Palm Beach Code, chronic nuisance. This property was cited for a chronic nuisance on June 26th of 2019, and it was posted on July 3rd. Certified mail was sent out, and it was received. I've had no contact from the owner or compliance with the property. Notice was sent out for hearing, and the violation, I'm sorry, yep, those are that's the picture. Could you go back one? Okay, for sure that's the picture of the lot. I'm not sure about the one prior to that. And you see that that's the most recent condition of the property. So magistrate, we would like that you declare this property a formal nuisance to the city and enter a service order allowing us to abate the property, not limited to cutting and cleaning and illegal dumping when it needs to make it compliant, and all costs billed back to the owner.
All right. How did we get service on this, certified mail?
I posted the declaration, certified mail was sent out, and it was received. Then for the notice of violation, notice of hearing, it was posted and certified mail was sent out, but that was returned unclaimed.
Okay. All right, thank you. I will make a finding of proper notice. I do find that this property is in violation of City Code 54403A. I will make a declaration of chronic nuisance, enter a service order allowing the city to enter the property, abate the violations, the overgrown vegetation, the dumping, to the extent that it's not properly secured, all of that, whatever needs to be done to eliminate the health, safety, welfare violations and take it out of a nuisance status and assess the cost against the property.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next case number 2599 Green Springs Place, CE 19050264.
Good morning, Officer Luster, West Palm Code.
Good morning.
This property was cited for rental license and certificate of use. I posted the property on 8/9/19. Cert mail was returned to us on 7/11/19. I'm asking for 30 days or $100 per day. I have spoke with the owner, and I have verified it's occupied. So that's what I'm asking.
All right, thank you. I will make a finding of proper notice with the posting in certified mail. Based on the evidence, find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18162A and 2232A. Allow 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 3, 901 North Point Parkway, CE 190703552.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement. 901 North Point Parkway, Unit 308, was cited by me on July 19th. Certified mail was sent out on July 22nd. I posted the property on August the 9th. And the violations were 82-144 business tax receipt and 94402E-1, which is a felony to get a permit for a sign. I have had contact with the owner, and we agreed that 30 days would be enough time to get it done, or $100 a day thereafter.
And then on the business tax receipt, did you want a one-time fine of?
This is
you usually
original.
ask for 250. Is that?
The original, they don't have one. It's not a renewal.
Oh,
It's not a renewal.
they don't have one at all. They
No.
never got
Mm-mm.
one.
No, sir.
Gotcha. All right, I will find proper notice with the certified mail-in posting. I will find property remains in violation of 82-144 and 94402E1. Allow 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 4, 823 38th Street, CE 190603535.
Good morning, Joseph Oliva, Chronic Nuisance Officer for the City of West Palm Beach. This property was declared a chronic nuisance on 6/26/2019. The declaration was posted on 6/27/2019 and certified mail sent on 6/27/2019. There's been no contact with the owner nor an action plan received to this date. The notice of violation was posted on 7/12/2019 and certified mail sent on 7/12/2019. The property has been owned since December of 2018. Previous adjudications on 2/15/2019 for boarding certificate, exterior paint, exterior windows, and door repair, and on 5/2/2019 for overgrowth, clean and sanitary conditions, and failure to comply. When the property was declared a chronic nuisance, there was excessive overgrowth, unsanitary conditions, areas of the property missing sod and grass, landscape maintenance, boards on windows and doors. Yesterday's inspection showed basically the same thing: excessive overgrowth, unsanitary conditions, areas of the property missing sod and grass, landscape maintenance, boards on windows and doors. The city requests that the special magistrate find a pattern of nuisance activity and enter a chronic nuisance service order for the services to be provided by the city, to include but not limited to maintaining the landscape, maintaining the removal of trash and debris, and any access to the yard or any other abatement methods necessary to keep this property in compliance.
All right, thank you. I will find proper notice of the declaration and of today's hearing. I will, based on the testimony and evidence, find that the property is a chronic nuisance. I will enter a chronic nuisance service order allowing the city to enter the property, abate the nuisance violations, including but not limited to the overgrown landscaping, trash and debris, and assess the costs of all abatement against the property.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 5, 815 Lytle Street, CE 1905044.
Complied.
Nice.
Number 6, 312 Gregory Road, CE 190700057.
Complied.
Number 7, 312 Gregory Road, CE 190700062.
Complied.
Number 8, 1043 22nd Street, CE 190700230.
He's coming.
Phil, you need to take a page out of Alex's playbook. All his are complying. What's going on, man?
How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Officer Phil Cartwright, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property at 1043 22nd Street was originally cited on July 12th of 2019 for no renter's license or certificate of use. Service was achieved by certified mail. There's a signature attached on file. There's been no contact by the owner. All violations are still current. The city is asking that the property come into compliance within 10 days or $100 per day thereafter.
All right, thank you. I do find proper notice with the certified mail. Based on the evidence, I find property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18162A and 2232A. I'll allow an additional 10 days for the property to be brought into compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed.
Number 9, 1043 22nd Street, CE 190700231.
Officer Phil Cartwright, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. Property at 1043 22nd Street was originally cited on July 12th of 2019 for exterior paint, garbage can placement, clean and sanitary conditions, excessive overgrowth, and outside storage. Service was achieved by certified mail, the signature attached on file. There has been no contact by the owner. All violations are still current. The city is asking that the property come into compliance within 15 days or $150 a day thereafter.
All right, again, I do find proper notice with the certified mail that was signed. I find, based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18103J, 7434A1J, 18106A, 744C3, and 9471C. I will allow the additional 15 days for the violations to be brought into compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100, $150 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 10535 Lilac Court, CE 190700321.
Officer Phil Cartwright, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property at 535 Lilac Court was originally cited on July 17th of 2019 for clean and sanitary conditions, secure vacant property, failure to comply, painting of boards, and boarding certificate. Service was achieved by certified mail. The property was posted on July 24th of 2019, as well as City Hall. There has been no contact by the owner. All violations are still current. The city is asking that the property come into compliance within 25 days or $150 a day thereafter.
Thank you. I do find proper notice in this case with the posting and the certified mail. I find, based on the evidence, that the property remains in violation of 18106A, 18214A and B, 18215B, and 18265. I'll allow an additional 25 days for compliance to be achieved. Thereafter, daily fines of $150 per day.
Thank you, sir.
Number 1401 Village Boulevard, Unit 931, CE 190500365.
Morning once again, Officer Levine, City of West Palm Beach Code. This property was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Certified mail was signed for on 5/22/2019. The property is occupied. There is no rental application on file, and I've had no contact with the property owner. So he's requesting 30 days to come into compliance at $200 a day thereafter.
All right, I will find proper notice with the signed certified mail. Based on the evidence and testimony, I'll find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18162A and 2232A. I'll allow an additional 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day.
Number 1401 Village Boulevard, 623, CE 190500378.
This property too was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Certified mail was returned and the property was posted on 8/6/2019. There's an active application on file for the rental license. The property is occupied. However, I've had no contact with the property owner. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day thereafter.
Did you say you had, how did you say you got service on this one?
Posted.
Posted?
8/6.
All right. All right, I'll find proper notice. I'll find the violations of 18162A and 2232A. I'll allow the additional 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day.
Number 1401 Village Boulevard, 1336, CE 190500379.
This property too was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Service was achieved by certified mail, which was signed on 5/24/2019. There's no active application on file, no contact with the property owner, and the property is occupied with a tenant. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day thereafter.
All right, thank you. I will find proper notice with the signed certified mail. I'll find the violations of 18162A and 2232A. Allow the additional 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 18, 1632 45th Street, CE 1906015.
Good morning. City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On June 8th, the property at 1632 45th Street was cited for inoperative vehicle, trash can placement, unpaved parking, repair of driveway. Property was posted August 5th. Certified mail was sent July 22nd. Certified mail was returned July 25th. However, I have had contact with the property owner. As of yesterday, the property has come into compliance with the inoperative vehicle, trash can placement, but the repair of driveway still remains. Upon talking with the property owner, we have come into agreement for 30 days to come into compliance. With that being said, City is recommending 30 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine be assessed until compliance is achieved.
What was the daily fine amount you wanted?
50.
50? 50?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail in this case. Based on the testimony and evidence, I'll find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 94482A, but has complied with the other sections cited in the notice. I'll allow 30 additional days for the outstanding violations to be complied. Thereafter, daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed.
Number 20, 2006 Ware Drive, CE 190700314.
Good morning. City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On July 17th, the property at 2006 Ware Drive was cited for unsanitary conditions, excessive growth, rental license violation, certificate of use, trash can placement, obstruction of right-of-way, and swell maintenance, swell overgrown. Property was posted August 1st, 2019. Certified mail was sent July 18th. Certified mail was returned July 23rd. I've had no contact with the property owner. As of yesterday, the property has come into compliance with the unsanitary conditions, excessive growth, trash can placement, obstruction of right-of-way, and swell maintenance. The property is still in violation of the rental license and certificate of use. With that being said, City is recommending 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you. I will find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18162A and 2232A, but has complied with all other violations cited in the notice. Allow an additional 30 days for the outstanding violations to be complied. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed.
Number 21, 1512 45th Street, CE 190800316.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On August 14th, the property at 1512 45th Street was cited for unsanitary conditions, excessive growth, landscape maintenance, and repeat violation. Property was posted August 15th. Certified mail was sent August 15th. The original order that was violated was on June 5th, 2019. With that being said, this is a ongoing situation with this property not being maintained. I do have my chronic nuisance officer that's going to give a few words on the condition of the property.
Joseph Oliva, City of West Palm Beach Chronic Nuisance Officer. This property, it's a vacant lot, and the concern that I have with it is you have like houses on either side of it. There's a lock on the gate that I guess the law found it, comfortable not to, cut the locks and stuff, but this property has been a chronic nuisance for years now, and I just can't get in. There is a service order on the property, but because we're not allowed to cut the locks, the grass is just continuing to grow. And again, there are properties on either side of this vacant lot, so it's been a chronic nuisance for a while now.
All right, what relief are you seeking?
City's recommending a $300 fine to begin June 25th and to run until compliance is achieved.
And June 25th is when the repeat violation was observed?
This is when Chronic was last observed the violation.
Okay. So between June 5th and June 25th, the city's activities brought it into compliance at some point?
No, we can't. We cannot, because we can't go past the lock. So it just continues to grow from June 25th to present day.
Let me ask the city attorney, in terms of finding a repeat violation, doesn't the first one have to come into compliance?
Let me take a look at that, please.
And I'm happy to, grant whatever relief you want. I'm just not sure about the finding of a repeat violation if it never came into compliance. I think it would still travel under the original order.
My understanding is that given time to comply, given that it's a repeat.
I apologize. It's going to take me a moment.
That's okay. I do find proper notice in this case, and I do find that the property is in violation of 18106A, B, and K. But if the June 5th order made the same findings and it never came into compliance,
There was a finding of act on that June 5th order.
well, then it would have been in compliance then.
Correct. But now it's out of compliance again.
So on June 5th, there was a finding of fact, but it was in
Correct.
compliance, and then
Yep.
okay, that works.
Yep.
All right, then based on that testimony, then it would be a repeat under 2635B. I will grant the city's request and post daily fines of $300 beginning June 25th, 2019.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Number 22, 428 Clematis Street, CE 19060566.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 428 Clematis Street was cited on 6/27/19. Certified mail was sent on 6/28/19. We do have a signed certified receipt on file. A property as well as City Hall was posted on 6/28/19. Property was cited for 18-232-B-1, attractive window displays. At some point, the respondent did have some paper, brown paper more or less, in the windows, which does not meet the intent of the code. As of last evening, I noted that the paper was removed for whatever reason. I don't know why. But at any rate, the paper that they did have in the window does not meet the intent of the code. So at this point, the city would like to give them 15 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed. And in the notice that was sent to the respondent, the code section does detail specifically what needs to be done to meet the code.
And I apologize. The notice was sent by certified posting?
Yes,
hand delivery?
the certified mail was sent out on 6/28/19. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file.
Okay. All right, then I will find proper notice. Based on the evidence and testimony, I'll find the property is in violation of 18232B1. We'll grant the request for an additional 15 days to bring the property into compliance, and thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Number 23, 419 Gardenia Street, CE 19060570.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 419 Gardenia Street was cited on 6/27/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/1/19. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. Property as well as City Hall was posted on 6/28/19. This property was cited for 9430T-A-4 fence and disrepair, 94-71-C outdoor storage, 18-106-A clean and sanitary, 18106B is excessive growth, 18103E windows and doors to the structure requiring securing, 18106M maintain the landscaping, and 18106-N pool and spas that are dirty, 18214B securing of the structure that's on this vacant lot, 18265B requiring a boarding certificate for the structure that is partially boarded, 74-4-C-4 trees and hedges obstructing the public right-of-way, and 74-4-C-5 cleanup of the right-of-way, the alleyway that runs the perimeter of this property, and 78-6 numbering standards. As of last evening, all violations do remain on the property. Have not had any contact with the respondent. This property seems to be getting in a worse condition. So the city would like to give them 10 days in order to comply, or a fine of $250 per day be imposed. Also, the city's requesting in order to enter the property and abate the health safety issues, which is the grass, the piles of trash, which are creating a haven for vermin and snakes and so forth. And also, with the overgrowth that's on the property, I noted that there's clothes and a lot of other like personal effects. So we have reason to believe that homeless people are starting to kind of congregate at this particular property. So the abatement order would be helpful in that regard.
In West Palm Beach, is the maximum daily fine on a normal case $500 per day? Are you under the bigger?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. All right. I am going to find proper notice in this case with the certified mail that was signed. I find the property remains in violation of all of the code sections cited. I find that the violations related to clean and sanitary, excessive growth, the outdoor storage, the landscaping, the pool, all are threats to the public health, safety, and welfare. I'm concerned about all of it. I have a particular concern for the unsecured pool. I'm going to therefore make findings that all the not the numbering standards, but everything else is a health, safety, and welfare violation. I'm authorizing the city. I'll give the 10 days on everything except 18106N. I'm authorizing the city to immediately enter the property and abate that violation. I'll give 10 days on everything else, but I'm going to impose the maximum $500 per day fine. And for me, that's because of the unsecured pool. I have no patience for unsecured pools.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 24, 32458 South Australian Ave, CE 19060595.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 2458 South Australian was cited on 6/28/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/1/19. We do have a signed certified mail on file. Property as well as City Hall was posted on 6/28/19. Property was cited for 94-485E. Semi-trucks parking onto the vacant lot, and 94-6 restrictions upon land use. As of last evening, I did note that semis continue to park onto the vacant lot. The owner of the vacant lot is aware of what's going on. He is concerned about what's going on. He has been in constant contact. He actually sent over documents detailing that he has hired a contractor to put up some fencing, which would hopefully stop the truckers from parking onto the vacant lot. So that said, I spoke to him on Tuesday of this week. He was supposed to give a return phone call to give me a much more definitive timetable in terms of when the contractor was going to come in and pull the permit for the fencing, but he did fax over a copy of the contract with the contractor for the installation of the fence. So in light of that, the city would like to give him 45 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed.
50?
50.
Okay. I do find proper notice with the signed certified mail. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 94-485E and 94-6. I'll allow the additional 45 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed.
Number 26, 533 Clematis Street, CE 190700497.
Okay. Property 533 Clematis Street was cited on 7/29/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/30/19. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. On 7/29/19, the notice was hand-delivered to the manager on duty on that particular day, and City Hall was posted on 7/29/19 as well. The property was cited for 18106A, clean and sanitary conditions, 18106G, painting of some of the areas to the rear of the structure, 78-1, obstruction of the public right-of-way, 94-302-A-4, fence in disrepair. However, I'd like to remove that particular section because we later found out that the fence actually belongs to the neighboring property. Okay. Property is also cited for 94-315A, screening of the dumpster, cited for 94-402-B-2-2, prohibited banners and balloons, and also 94-6, restrictions of land upon land use, and 94-71-C, outdoor storage. I did speak to couple individuals, couple respondents there at the property on a couple of occasions with regard to placing objects out on the sidewalk, specifically tables, chairs, advertising banners, and so forth. They did remove most of those things. They were advised that they needed to apply for a sidewalk cafe, which that's a process in and of itself. I did check the system. They did make application for the sidewalk cafe on 8/12/19. However, it has not been approved yet. I did speak to Gordon with engineering who actually approves those. He said that that is a process and they should not have anything on the sidewalk until they go through the entire process. But the following code sections have complied: 18106A, 94-302-A-4, and 94-4-B-2-2. Those particular code sections have complied. The remaining code sections are 18106G, 78-1, 94-315-A, 94-6, and 94-71-C. The city would like to give them I'd say 45 additional days. It may be necessary to give them a little bit more time in light of the fact that the dumpster enclosure might require a little bit more time. So the city would like to give them 45 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
All right. I will find proper notice with the signed certified mail, and you also posted and had hand delivery, so you had the notice trifecta. That was pretty covered. Based on the testimony and evidence, I'll find the property has complied with 18106A, 94402B 2-2, and was not in violation in the first place of 94302A4, and that's removed. Find that the property remains in violation of all other code sections that were cited. I will allow an additional 45 days for the property to be brought into compliance, and thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Number 27, 719 37th Street, CE 19070523.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 719 37th Street was cited on 7/30/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/31/19. The cert mail was returned. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted on 8/5/19. Property was cited for 22-32-A and 18-162-A. Well, the owner has not complied for whatever reason, but at any rate, the city's requesting 10 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $150 per day be imposed.
All right, I will find proper notice with certified mail and posting. Based on the evidence, I'll find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 2232A and 18162A. Allow an additional 10 days for compliance to be achieved. Thereafter, daily fines of $150 per day.
Okay. I have one additional property that was actually placed back on the agenda late last evening, so could we also hear that particular property? It's on the agenda as number 84.
84. Number 80.
537
Yep.
Clematis.
84537 Clematis Street, CE 19060514.
Okay. Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 537 Clematis Street was cited on 6/26/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/1/19. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted on 6/28/19. Property was cited for 94-109 transparency definitions. Also, property was cited for DMP figure IV 33, storefront transparency, and DMP table IV 26 required transparency. Basically, this is an establishment that sells medical marijuana, and the city, we do have a code section that requires that businesses adhere to a certain transparency of the windows. However, they later, after we cited them, they subsequently came back and said that they had an additional requirement that was handed down to them by the state, requiring that they frost over the windows. And so there was a bit of ambiguity, but City Attorney Arlene could also chime in on that and offer some additional information.
Okay.
Good morning. I actually spoke with the attorney for the business yesterday, and Mike actually spoke with them as well at the same time. They obviously would like to comply with what we're asking, and they intend to. They just could not get a contractor or individual there timely enough. It has been a unique legal issue. The state themselves are doing their own research on this, and they have not come to a conclusion. So it's a function of, has the state preempted us, et cetera, et cetera. So that's still really outstanding, but they want to comply with us, so they are going to take away that tinting or frosting, but they need some time to do it now, just a few days.
Okay. What do we want?
Yeah, in our conversation with their attorney on last evening, we did agree to 15 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
Okay. So I will find proper notice with the signed certified mail. I'll find, based on the evidence, the property remains in violation of City Code Section 94109. Allow an additional 15 days for compliance, and thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 28, 938 33rd Street, CE 19070116.
Good morning. Ray Young, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 938 33rd Street was originally cited on 7/8/19 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 7/10 of 2019. Certified mail was sent on 7/9 of 2019. This property was cited for 74-4C3, 18215B, 94302A4, 18106B, 18103J, and 18265. I have made contact with the owner who requested more time and is working on the permits that are needed. Special magistrate, the city is requesting a split order on this one. 45 days to come into compliance for 94302A4, the fence repair, 18265, the boarding certificate, and 18103J, the fence repair. 45 days or $100 a day on that. The excessive growth on the property does pose a potential risk to the health, safety, and welfare of the community by being a possible haven for pests, vermin, and rodents. Therefore, this city is requesting 7 days of abatement for 74-4C3, 18106B, and 18215B. 7 days of abatement, please.
11:30.
All right, I do find proper notice with certified mail and the posting. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of all code sections cited in the notice. We'll split this order as requested by the city. For city code sections 18103J, 18265, and 94302A4 will allow an additional 45 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed. For city code sections 18106B, 18215B, and 744C3 will allow 7 additional days for compliance. If compliance is not achieved within those 7 days, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the violations, and assess the costs against the property.
Thank you.
Number 29, 3410 Westview Avenue, CE 190700124.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3410 Westview Avenue was originally cited on 7/8/19 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 7/10 of 2019. Certified mail was sent same day, 7/10 of 2019. This property was cited for 18103B, 9442A, 78-6, 7434A1J, and 18106B. I have made contact with the owner, and all violations were complied with the exception of 94482A. That was the driveway repair. The city is requesting an additional 45 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Okay, I will find proper notice with the certified mail and the posting. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of 94482A, but has complied with all other code sections cited in the notice. Will allow an additional 45 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 30, 3510 Westview Ave, CE 190700140.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3510 Westview Avenue was cited on 7/9 of 2019 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall and certified mail sent on 7/10 of 2019. This property was cited for 74-4C3, 18106B, 18215B, and 18103J. I have not made contact with the owner, and all violations still do exist. Special Magistrate, the city is requesting a split order for violations 18103J. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved. For 74-4C3, 18106B, and 18215B, the city is requesting an additional 5 days to come into compliance or abatement. The overgrowth at this property does pose a potential threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the community by being a possible haven for pests, vermin, rodents, etc.
All right, thank you. I do find proper notice with the certified mail and posting in the file. I will find the property remains in violation of all the code sections cited in the notice. I'll allow for 18103J an additional 30 days to bring the property into compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed. For 18106B, 18215B, and 744C3, I'll allow an additional 5 days for the respondent to bring the property into compliance. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate these violations, which, based on the evidence, constitute a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and assess whatever costs of abatement are incurred against the property.
Thank you.
Number 31, 3232 Greenwood Avenue, CE 19070334.
Rayleigh Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3232 Greenwood Avenue was originally cited on 7/18 of 2019 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 7/23 of 2019. Certified mail was sent on 7/19 of 2019. This property was cited for 34102A, an operative vehicle, and 18103J, the exterior paint. I have made contact with the owner, who did request more time. Therefore, the city is requesting an additional 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day, until compliance is achieved.
I didn't see what's the junked vehicle? I missed that one. Oh,
was
there
the-
it was.
The one without the
Got it.
plates, yeah.
All right, I do find proper notice in this case. I do find violations of 18103J and 34102A, allow an additional 30 days, thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 32, 939 29th Street, CE 19070534.
Rayleigh Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 939 29th Street was originally cited on 7/31/19 with a notice of violation posted at the property on City Hall on 8/1 of 19. Certified mail was sent on the same day, 8/1 of 2019. This property was cited for 18,265, the boarding certificate required. I have not made contact with the owner, and the violation still exists. The city is requesting an additional 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day, until compliance is achieved.
All right, I will find proper notice with the certified mail and the posting. I will find that the evidence shows a violation of 18,265. I'll allow the 30 days for compliance, thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Number 33, 932 28th Street, CE 19070548.
You want to go ahead and call it back?
Rayleigh Young City.
You want to call it back? Okay.
Rayleigh Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 932 28th Street was originally cited on 7/31/19 with a notice of violation posted at the property on 8/1/19. Certified mail was sent on the same day, 8/1 of 2019. This property was cited for 18106B, 18106A, and 18215B. I have made contact with the owner, who did request more time. The overgrowth at this property does pose a potential risk to the health, safety, and welfare of the community by being a possible haven for pests, rodents, vermin, etc. Therefore, the city is requesting an additional 15 days to come into compliance or abatement.
That's not it.
We'll find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find violations of 18106A and B and 18215B. I'll allow an additional 15 days for compliance. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the health, safety, welfare violations, and assess the costs.
Number 34.
Everybody doing okay? Do we take 5?
No, we're good.
Good? All right.
Number 34, 524 41st Street, number 1, CE 19060588. I guess.
Good morning. Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property at 524 41st Street was cited on 6/28/19. Notice of violation was posted in City Hall at 6/28/19. Certified mail was also sent on 7/1/19. Property was cited for outdoor storage, inoperable vehicle, exterior paint, sod, and unpaved parking. As of yesterday, I have not made contact with the owner, and as of yesterday, the violations were still pending. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 until compliance is achieved.
Okay, I do find proper notice in this case with the posting and the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find property remains in violation of City Code Section 18106G, 34102A, 94442C1, 94482A, and 9471C. I will allow the additional 30 days for compliance, thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Number 36, 702 48th Street, CE 19070260.
Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. Property at 702 48th Street was cited on 7/13/19. Notice of violation was posted in City Hall on 7/13/19. Certified mail was sent on 7/17/19. Property was cited for sod in the yard and in the swell, and also trash can placement. As of yesterday, I have not made contact with the homeowner. The city is requesting an additional 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 until compliance is achieved.
All right, I will find proper notice in this case. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find property remains in violation of City Code Section 7434A1J, 7894C, and 94442C1. I will allow the additional 30 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Do you want to go on to lien reductions?
No. It's at 11:30 today.
Oh, it's at 11:30?
Yes.
I can't keep up. Number 37 is complied, 415 46th Street, CE 19070331. Number 38 is complied, 517 43rd Street, CE 19070391. Number 40 is complied, 604 High Street, CE 19070122. Number 41, 1003 Allendale Road, CE 19070247.
Richard Pazmino, Code Officer for West Palm Beach. This property was cited July 12th, 2019 for violations, non-residential exterior paint, certificate of use required, garbage, litter, and refuse, and business tax receipt required. The certified mail was sent July 17th, 2019. The property was posted August 8th, 2019. I have had contact with the senior warden for the church on July 23rd. I explained the violations and how the property could come into compliance. No further contact was made since then. As of today, the property is still in full violation. The city's recommendations are 90 days for the roof repair, or $200 a day, and 30 days to come into compliance with the remaining violations, or $150 a day.
So the 90 days would be for 18105B?
Yes.
Okay. And then 30 days for the other 3 code sections?
Yes,
All
correct.
Right. All right, I will find proper notice in this case with certified mail. I will find property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18105B, 2232A, 744A, and 82144. I will allow an additional 90 days for compliance with 18105B regarding the roof repair. If that violation is not cured in the 90 days, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed. For 2232A, 744A, and 82144, I will allow an additional 30 days for compliance. And if those violations are not cured within that time frame, daily fines of $150 per day.
Thank you.
Number 42, 1050 Andrews Road, CE 19080015.
Richard Pazmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited August 1st, 2019 for violations of excessive growth, failure to comply, clean and sanitary, and trees/hedges obstructing the right-of-way. Certified mail was sent August 2nd, 2019, and the property was posted on August 8th, 2019. I've had no contact from any representative of the property. As of today, the property is still in full violation. So the city is asking for 10 days for the property to come into compliance, or the city is asking for an order to abate the violations at the property.
All right, I do find proper notice with the certified mail and posting. I do find the property remains in violation of 18106B, 18215B, 18106A, and 744C4. Based on the evidence, the photographs, these violations clearly rise to the level of being a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare. I will allow the additional 10 days for the respondent to cure the violations. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the violations, and assess the costs.
Number 43 is complied, 220 Welton Boulevard, CE 19080019. Number 44, 941 Elmeria Road, CE 19080047.
Richard Pazmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited August 3rd, 2019 for code violations of clean and sanitary, excessive growth, failure to comply, and trees/hedges obstructing the right-of-way. Certified mail was sent on August 6, 2019, and the property was posted on August 8, 2019. I have had contact with the owner of the property once the violation was sent. I explained the violations and how to cure them, and no contact has been made since. And as of today, the violations are in, the property is still in full violation. The city's recommending 10 days for the property to come into compliance, or the city's asking for an order to abate the violations at the property.
All right, I do find proper notice in this case with the certified mail and posting. I do find, based on the testimony and evidence, property remains in violation of City Code Section 18106A and B, 18215B, and 744C4. The photographs show the condition of the property and those violations, which clearly constitute a threat to public health, safety, and welfare. Therefore, will allow 10 days for the property to be brought into compliance by the respondent. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate those violations, and assess the costs.
Number 45, 943 Elmeria Road, CE 19080048.
Richard Pazmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited August 3rd, 2019 for the violations of excessive growth, failure to comply, garbage, litter, refuse on property, and trees/hedges obstructing the right-of-way. Certified mail was sent on August 6, 2019, and the property was posted on August 8, 2019. There has been no recent contact with any owner or representative of the property, and as of today, the property is in violation of 74-4-A-3 and 74-4-C-4. The remaining two violations have been complied. The excessive growth and the failure to comply, they complied that. The excessive growth in the time frame. The city is recommending that 10 additional days are given to come into compliance, or the city is asking for an order to abate the remaining violations on the property.
All right, I do find proper notice in this case with the certified mail and posting. Based on the testimony and evidence, I find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 744A3 and 744C4, but has complied with 18106B and 18215B. I'll allow an additional 10 days for the respondent to bring the property into compliance. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the health, safety, and welfare violations that remain, and assess the costs.
Number 46, 1000 Hanson Street, CE 19080049.
Richard Pazmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited August 3rd, 2019 for clean and sanitary conditions, excessive growth, landscape maintenance, failure to comply, and trees/hedges obstructing the right-of-way. Certified mail was sent on August 6, 2019, and the property was posted August 8, 2019. I've had no contact from the owner of the property. The property has started work. The property is still in full violation. Those are not the picture. The property is still in violation of all the codes cited. The city is recommending 15 additional days to come into compliance. 1000 Hanson Street. 15 days to come into compliance, or the city's asking for an order to abate the violations at the property.
All right, I do find proper notice in this case with the posting and the certified mail. Based on the evidence, I do find the property remains in violation of 18106A and B, 18 and K, 18215B, and 744C4. I will allow the additional 15 days for the respondent to bring the property into compliance. Thereafter, I do authorize the city to enter the property, abate the health, safety, and welfare violations that remain, and assess the costs.
Number 47, 4515 Garden Avenue, CE 190800122.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited on August 8th for clean and sanitary conditions, excessive growth, exterminate, and failure to comply. Certified mail was sent August 9th, 2019. Additionally, the notice of violation and notice of hearing was hand-delivered on August 9th, 2019. I have had contact with the owner of the property and explained the violations and how to come into compliance. I met with the owner yesterday. As of today, the property is still in violation. The city and the owner agree that 15 days are enough for the city to, or for the property to come to compliance. He has began work on exterminating the bees and removing them. If the property does not come into compliance in that 15 days, the city is asking for an order to abate the violations at the property.
You said there was an agreement with the respondent for the 15 days?
Yes.
Okay, I will find proper notice with the certified mail and the hand delivery in this case. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find, and for the record, the evidence did include a video of the bees. Oh, no, I saw it. I'm just noting that I was paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18106A, B, and E, and 18215B. I will allow the respondent an additional 15 days to cure the violations. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the health, safety, and welfare violations, and assess the costs.
Thank you.
Number 48, 1467 11th Street, CE 190500450.
Cassandra St. Hilaire, Code Enforcement for the City of West Palm Beach. This property was cited on May 22nd. Certified mail was sent on August 8th. In addition, the property and City Hall were posted on August 8th. The property was cited for 1813B, repairing the roof, walls, and foundation. I've had contact with the owner. They're in litigation with the insurance company. So at this time, the city is asking for an additional 180 days or $50 per day until compliance is achieved.
All right, I do find proper notice in this case. I do find that property remains in violation of 18103B. Given the circumstances, I will agree to allow the 180 additional days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed.
Number 51, 210 Sunset Road, CE 190600019.
Cassandra St. Hilaire, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of West Palm. This property was cited on June 3rd. Certified mail was sent on August 8th. In addition, the property and City Hall were posted on August 9th. This property was cited for 94-442C1 and 94-451A. I've had contact with the owner. At this time, the city is asking for an additional 60 days or $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
60 days?
Yes.
Okay. Why that artificial turf? All right, I do find proper notice with the certified mail and the posting. Based on the evidence, I do find property remains in violation of City Code Section 94-442C1 and 94-451A. I will allow the additional 60 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed. And before we go on, I need to take, let's take 5. Let's go off the record, come back at quarter after.
Okay.